Our responses will always be reciprocal. Wherever they try to strike Russian territory, we will respond in kind, only several times more powerfully. The enemy will feel it. They already feel it, and I hope they will continue to feel it on an ever greater scale.
Vladimir Putin has just issued his biggest warning yet in direct response to Ukraine's deep strikes, signaling that Moscow's patience has run out and a far heavier blow is coming. Is Putin now openly vowing strikes several times more powerful than anything Ukraine has seen, raising fears that Russia is preparing to escalate to a level that could overwhelm Kiev's defenses? With the Kremlin chief warning that the enemy will feel it on an ever greater scale, is Russia quietly ratcheting up its retaliation to a point where Ukraine's cities and infrastructure face a new wave of destruction? Are Zelenskyy's efforts to pressure Russia proving futile, as Putin confidently assures that any oil crisis triggered by the conflict will stabilize soon, robbing Ukraine of one of its key pressure levers? Even as he threatens Ukraine with bigger strikes, is Putin simultaneously revealing a new Crimea plan he claims will make the peninsula too hard for the enemy to hit, fortifying his most prized territorial gain? As Putin delivers his starkest warning to Ukraine and Russia moves to prepare bigger and more powerful strikes, is Kiev now staring down a new phase of the war it may not be ready to absorb?
Our responses will always be reciprocal. Wherever they try to strike Russian territory, we will respond in kind, only several times more powerfully. The enemy will feel it. They already feel it, and I hope they will continue to feel it on an ever greater scale. As for the energy sector, the foundation of Russia's energy system is very strong and reliable. Yes, those Ukrainian strikes are causing us, as they say, temporary problems with petroleum products, but the situation will gradually stabilize.
Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. The main thing is that people understand this, and there is no need to explain it to them.
This also applies to Crimea. Work has already begun on creating a supply system that will be very difficult for the enemy to reach. I will not go into details. The aggressive faction of the so-called collective West is fighting against us. Meanwhile, we are developing our economy, strengthening our finances, modernizing our armed forces, achieving new breakthroughs in the defense industry, and moving forward. Our lads, our soldiers, are moving forward. How is this possible? And this is partly down to your efforts. You managed to unite more than 20 million people around you. When people are fighting on the front line, when people are achieving remarkable results behind the lines, often without sparing themselves, of course, it can be frightening. That is a normal reaction for a normal person. But our strength lies in the fact that we always overcome all difficulties and all fears. And that makes us stronger. And that is precisely why we undoubtedly always move forward, and will continue to do so. Thank you for your work.
Russia's Federal Security Service, or FSB, said it had foiled what it described as a major Ukrainian drone operation targeting Russian military and defense facilities. The FSB claimed the alleged plot involved artificial intelligence-guided drones that were intended to strike a defense plant and military airfields inside Russia. Russian security officials described the operation as unprecedented in scale and threat level, claiming it represented a significant escalation in the use of advanced drone technology. The FSB alleged that Ukrainian intelligence organized the operation with support from Western handlers, according to multiple reports. Russia said drone components were smuggled into the Bryansk region, which borders Ukraine, as part of an effort to prepare the alleged operation. According to the FSB, the components were concealed inside containers and transported using fixed-wing unmanned aerial vehicles and balloons to avoid detection. Russian officials claimed the parts were later moved deeper into Russian territory using civilian vehicles equipped with hidden compartments. The FSB said drone components were delivered near airfields located in Russia's Far East and Ural regions as part of the alleged preparations for attacks. The agency claimed the drones were assembled in rented garages before being prepared for deployment against intended targets. Russian security officials said individuals suspected of involvement in the alleged operation were detained during the investigation. The FSB said it seized 24 first-person view, or FPV, drones equipped with artificial intelligence-based control modules during the operation. The agency claimed the drones carried explosive payloads equivalent to more than 1 kilogram of TNT each, increasing their potential destructive capability. The FSB also claimed that the artificial intelligence systems were designed to help the drones resist electronic warfare interference and maintain their effectiveness in contested environments. Russia said some of the electronic components used in the drones originated from the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, and Sweden. The FSB further claimed that it seized mobile ground control stations equipped with self-destruct mechanisms intended to prevent their capture or analysis. The agency said communication devices allegedly used to contact foreign handlers were also recovered during the investigation. The allegations come as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky reportedly acknowledged that some weapons had been stored near civilian areas, adding to ongoing debate over wartime security measures. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said officials at Ukroboronprom had illegally stored weapons and ammunition close to residential homes in Vyshniv. Zelensky stressed that placing ammunition depots near civilian neighborhoods was expressly prohibited under existing safety regulations. His remarks came after a Russian strike hit the storage site, triggering powerful secondary explosions that devastated the surrounding area. Ukrainian authorities said 7 people were killed and dozens more were injured after the ammunition warehouse detonated. Zelensky said Ukraine's security service, the SBU, had identified the key officials responsible for the serious safety violations. He confirmed that the heads of 2 Ukroboronprom enterprises are now facing criminal investigations over the incident. Ukroboronprom Defense Conglomerate. Scale: oversees around 100 state-owned defense enterprises across Ukraine. Products: manufactures missiles, drones, armored vehicles, and a wide range of military equipment. Role: serves as one of Ukraine's largest and most important defense manufacturing organizations. Global standing: entered the world's top 50 defense companies following the expansion of production after 2022. Vyshniv was among the areas hardest hit during Russia's large-scale missile and drone attack on the Kyiv region on July 6. The powerful secondary explosions destroyed nearby homes, disrupted electricity supplies, and forced hundreds of residents to evacuate for safety.